Good morning, everybody. Happy Resurrection Sunday. I just wanted to thank Uncle E for giving us this opportunity to talk about our topic today, which is some sound advice. Today, we are going to be reading from Joshua 6, verse 5.
So it says, when you hear the priest give one long blast on the ram's horns, have all the people shout as loud as they can. Then the walls of the town collapse, and the people charge straight into the town. And then he says, reacting to the right sounds. So from this, we took that, you have to act on when the Lord gives you instructions, or, you have to act accordingly when the Lord gives you instructions. And this kind of took me back to a few weeks ago. We saw Uncle E. He had it was in Sunday school, and he was talking to everyone about, like, what if the Lord gave you instructions or a task that felt like out of your capability, like you wasn't capable of completing this task, or just felt too big for you, and like, how do you react to that, So I remember him talking to everyone and asking them, how would you react if you was married? Or, I could have been married, but maybe her. But, but how would you react to that, Or, Mary and Joseph. And it's like, obviously they had to, they had to raise Jesus. They had this great responsibility that was put upon them, and they didn't really have much of a choice, but to raise the child. Onto the story of Jericho now, and how the Lord gave them specific instructions that they were to follow. And at the time of hearing it, it could have sounded like, hey, that's how we're supposed to do. This is how we're supposed to win over our land. It may have seemed like we can't win by doing this, because the instructions were, march around for 7 days around the perimeters or whatever, for 7 days, 7 whole days doing nothing but marching, and
Yeah, they was probably getting tired, probably wondering like, what was the point? Around day 3, they was probably like, yo.
But but the important thing is that they stuck to it. They had faith. Although they may have had doubts, they still believed. And they still continued. And at the end of the day, it brought them to victory.
Yeah. So when the walls collapsed and they, the trumpet sounded, or no, the horn.
Yeah, the horn
sounded. Sorry. Then they felt that victory, and they knew that it was God's doing in the end. So for Joshua to be obedient to God and do that, he was rewarded.
Mm-hmm.
So from that, we were thinking, being able to act on God's instructions, even though sometimes it can be a battle and it can be a challenge, it's always the right thing to do, because all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord. So we're thinking, okay, if God wants me to do this, it's obviously going to be something that's going to work to my good. And so just thinking about those difficult tasks that he may ask us to do, it's always going to be something to benefit or to do, to accomplish his will. And that's always going to be the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
So no matter how hard it is, it's always going to be something that we need to try and strive towards and push for.
And then a lot of times it's like, you may feel like it's too big for you or too much for you, but he's building you, he's building your character, he's building your strengths, and he's making you the person that he believes that you could be. Mm-hmm. So although it could feel so huge or so beyond you, the Lord knows what you're capable of. And if he feels like you're capable of it, you are capable of it, and it's something that you can achieve, and you shouldn't shy away from,
Mm-hmm.
Like, the Lord set you for this. He has a plan for you. He has a plan for all of us. And if this is a part of your plan, your journey, then, just believe in him and,
take the step.
Yeah, take the step. And
yeah. He can see our potential, and he wouldn't bring us to something that we couldn't do. He's always going to be there to see us through it, and he's always there to lean on. So it's always going to be something we have to try and strive towards.
So yeah, back to like the key word of sound. So like when you heard your instructions, or you hear your
The voice of the Lord.
yeah, the voice of the Lord. Oh gosh, you heard you heard your instructions, just be brave and
Yeah, brave is a big one. Because sometimes some of the things he'll ask you to do is like, that it'll be tough, and you're like, whoa, this is what you want me to do for real. And you have to think about it, and you have to try and see if you really can do it. But I know that sometimes it could be nerve-wracking, because even what we're doing today, just coming and talking to everybody and being up here, we're a bit nervous. We're here, but if God's called us to it, we're here to do it.
Yeah.
That rhymed.
All right. So yeah, happy Easter, everyone. Happy Resurrection Sunday, and enjoy the rest of your days.